Hello lovies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm Gina, aka Gina Louise. So today I've seen these on Pinterest, I love them, I've seen them all over the internet. I want to make one of those denim flannel skirts for the fall and winter. Here's a couple of them that I fell in love with. I want to make something like that. So I'm wearing a pair of jeans that I don't wear. So I'm actually going to cut these up and I'm going to use the following stuff. I'm going to use a bunch of flannel shirts that I have, and we're just going to wing it and figure out how to make this skirt. Okay, so let's get started. And here are the flannel shirts I'm using for this project and two others. I put the jeans on and I mark them where I want to cut them. So I'm going to cut one leg first, then fold it over and use that leg as my template and cut the other leg. Here is where I made my mistake. I cut this open. I should have been seam ripping it. And I left it just like that after I opened it and started to do the skirt. And you see the little flaps I got here? Nope. It hung funny after I did it and I had to open it up. So here's something that I did not learn on the first one I did. I actually made two skirts. And I realized on the second skirt how to do it the front. So after you open up the stitches here, you open up the crotch area, and then you open up to the fly area, you're gonna have a flap here. So I didn't open it enough when I did it, so it was kind of bulky here and I didn't like the way it was hanging. I knew there was something else that had to be done because I've never made one of these before. So there's going to be a flap. You're going to fold that over and you're going to stitch it, and that's what I did. I actually had to open this and redo it, and I even had to take off the pieces here in the front to be able to do it. So that's how you do it. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm taking all my flannel shirts and I am cutting all the sleeves off. I'm just going to use the sleeves for this project. I used 4 different flannel shirts, so that gave me 8 sleeves that I used. And I cut them so on and so on and so on until I had all my 8 sleeves. Then I cut off the cuff on all of them, which I ended up using to make a very cool design. But you do have to cut that off because you don't want that heavy piece sewn onto your dress. After cutting the cuff, there was a little slit there, as all tailored shirts have, and I just cut straight up the sleeve. It was really easy because of it being plaid. I just followed the lines, so I opened all the sleeves up. After I opened up all the sleeves, I ironed them nice and flat to work with. I also had 8 cuffs to play with when I finished cutting all the sleeves off. So I lined them up and I tried to alternate blue, red kind of. And I looked at them and I thought, wow, this is a really cool design embellishment I can use on this skirt. So this is what they looked like together. So this is what I have so far. I took the cuffs. I don't know if I'm doing this yet. I just wanted to see how it looks, and I kind of like it. I took the cuffs. I pinned them together. I didn't sew them together. I was going to sew them together like this. Here's the other side. I wasn't going to do both sides, just one side. And I laid it here. I pinned it. And I was thinking if I sewed these together here, then I sewed this here, it would give it a really cool detail. I like it. Anyway, so I took my longest, since the crotch goes up high, I took my longest sleeve that I have. Right now I'm leaving the bottom the way it is, all jagged. Here's me jumping in my own video. So I'm sitting here showing you right now how I sewed it on when I had that loop here. But here's when I removed it. So it's going to be a little different. I'm not sewing the panel into a little loop here. I re-sewed them here, which made it so much easier. Okay, back to my video. So here's the next one that I'm adding. And where's the front? The front. It looks the same on both sides. It's hard to tell. Okay, so what I did was I went like this. And I pinned. And I went like that. And I pinned. Then I went like that. And I pinned. And then what I did was I slipped it under here. I pinned it. That's what I did with that one. Then with this, I'm going to just pull it and pin. Put this under here. I have cardboard in here. Got to slip it over though, because now I'm working on this side. So I got to pull it over here. And, okay, flatten it out. Pin it. Put another pin here. So I'm going to alternate colors. And I'm just going to do that all the way around the bottom here until I meet back at this side. Then I'm going to put it on my mannequin, see how it hangs, how it drapes, and see if I actually like it. This is a decal I have left over from the Queen of Hearts trucker hats I did, and I was thinking of possibly putting it somewhere on here. So I don't have to worry about that until later. But I'm going to keep doing this all the way around, and like I said, I'll bring you back when I put it on my mannequin, see how it looks, see if I like it, see if I'm going to leave this detail, if I'm going to do it the way I've been doing it. Don't forget to leave feedback at the end of the video. Leave a comment, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would change, if you would wear what I just made. I love hearing your feedback at the end. And of course, if you're enjoying my videos, hit the like button, subscribe, share my video, you know, all that fun stuff. Back to the video. Now I'm going to cut these little points off on the back because I'm afraid it's going to hang funny, and I'm just going to round them off. I'm bringing that little piece that I just snipped off to the other side, laying it down, using it from my template so that they're both even on each side. Now I am just going around to the back and I'm going to continue the pattern. I'm trying to alternate the different prints that I have and try not to put two reds together or two blues together. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just continuing all around the back, pinning it. All right, so I got all of them pinned on. Yay! And okay, and this is what else I've been doing. So I've been matching up pieces, overlapping them. I don't think you can see that there. Let me do it over here. So I've taken pieces and I'm overlapping them. Why is this folded like that? That shouldn't be folded. There's a pin making that folded. Okay, let's unfold that. Okay, so I'm taking pieces and where they're overlapping like this, I'm pinning them together because I'm going, can you see that? I don't want to be out of, here's my piece. I don't want to be out of the camera angle because I did that on my last video. I didn't realize it. So, all right. So I'm taking the pieces like this, and if they're overlapping, this is what I'm doing. Some I will overlap all the way to the bottom, some maybe not. A lot of pins going on here. So I'm doing this. You watching that? You see that? I'm putting all these pieces together because I'm going to sew them down like that. Now, I have another idea that hit me. Now I'll show you. Let me move this off here. And I thrifted 2 of these. Love them. Got so much fun here. So I don't have enough to put a layer of this on the bottom of the skirt. I really, really, really wanted to do that. But I don't see it happening. I am going to cut it off because I will do that with something. So I'm going to cut. Let's see. How do I want to cut this? Because I would like to save that one as well. Okay, I have places for this stuff in my head. So I'm going to cut this off and I will come back after I'm done cutting these pieces and showing you what my idea is. Okay, so I cut that piece I showed you. I cut the 2 layers off the bottom. They would be pretty to put on the bottom of something. I would love to put on the bottom of the skirt, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see at the end. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm taking these pieces that I cut from it, and I am just going to randomly place some just dangling. I'm not going to sew them all the way down. I'm going to sew them in here in the seam with the other pieces. And let's see, that one could go to there, I guess. I could do a little random one over here. So I think it'll look beautiful with these random pieces of crochet. I love crochet. Love, love, love crochet. So I'm pulling this out. I'm putting that right there. I'm going to pin it in place. And I just think that's going to look so pretty dangling on the skirt. Okay, let me put it on the mannequin. I keep saying that, but let me actually do it right now, and we'll see how it looks. I got to put one of these on the back too, though. I can't just have them in the front. At least one in the back. Okay, let me take care of that and show you what we have before I sew it. Okay, so here's what we have. Can you see that? And I'm going to go sew all those pieces together now. I sewed the cuffs together and I sewed the crochet piece onto the cuff so now that I could sew it onto the skirt. I decided to use red and blue embroidery thread to sew this little cuff detail that I made onto the skirt. This way I felt like it gave it a cute little more, a little more detail. So, and I really love the way it turned out. So after I did that, I took it to the sewing machine, I sewed everything in place, and I will show you what I have. Here's what it looks like. I think it added a great little detail. I think it looks so cute. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Now I'm going to blend all the ends on the bottom here so they're not so jaggedy. I'm kind of meeting them from where they are sewn together so they kind of meet, and that's really all I'm doing. And anywhere there's a point, I'm kind of taking the point off and rounding it off a little bit because I'm going to add my crochet detail. I'm going to pin that all along and then I'm going to sew that. After I'm done pinning this, I'm going to sew it and then we're going to do a little modeling for you and show you. And now for the final results.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secret start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you and I'm the only.
I've inspired you today to take some of those clothes that you don't wear and upcycle them into some beautiful one-of-a-kind pieces. Thanks for watching.